Drip, there's no February Direct this year. Or is there? We're live.
I know. Hang on. Sorry. Kids are
He's
texting
like,
me.
let's get... Oh, I thought you were pouring your drink out or something. That's all
No.
good. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct possibilities of February and also the guarantees of February Directs in April, which we got confirmation today. We also had a big investors meeting from Nintendo, which went over a bunch of stuff like the investors meeting always do. And we'll go to where I have the PDF. We're going to pull it up. We're going to talk about it. And some other stuff. And ending
I think
with
there's another one too.
Switch 2 implications of today's announcements and speculations. So, also, I'm using a new camera. Hi, everyone. Look at me. It's a new camera. So fun. Let me see. Can I like selfie camera and show you guys?
I'm gonna have to get those moved over too.
Oh yeah, all their sounds and shit. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be sad.
Why?
We're gonna be.
Wait, there it is. There you guys are. Say hi. It looks like shit, but say hi.
I need to share this as well. Totally forgot to do that.
What's up, Power Matt? How you doing? I'm gonna get my notifications out as well. In the pre-show. This is the pre-show. Welcome to the pre-show.
Welcome to the pre-show. Hey, how's everybody doing? How was your week? How is life? Tell me about stuff.
Today was great.
Joey,
for me.
Power Mad. Not you, Jeeb.
Bye.
What's poppin', my pimples? Oh my.
Ew. That's gross.
Ew.
Never again.
Ew.
Never again.
Ew.
Well, I just realized my thumbnail was a little off. I didn't align the thing correctly. Whoops. Don't look too closely, kids.
I'm looking at it. Why would you do that? Can't believe that. Terrible. Terrible.
Terrible. Yes, welcome to the stream's bitrate. That's not what I set the bitrate to. Why does it say it's so bad?
2,582.26.
That's not what I set it to. Can I change it while we're live? Maybe.
I don't know.
Let's see. Output. I can.
How about more emojis? We
oh,
only
yeah,
have 4.
It is 25. I didn't set it to that. I set it to 80. Apply.
More emojis?
There we go.
Can I do that? Can I add emojis in there? I've got the
emojis to where?
Power Mad says he needs more emojis for the members.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, we haven't touched. I have not touched that in forever. That's
Ping pong
my
lurks.
B. Ping pong lurks. Thanks, Mega Boy. Dude,
Mega Boy, I saw you sent me something on Instagram, but I was driving.
Dude.
It's something about Hugh Jackman, friend of the stream.
yes.
Hugh Jackman.
Yes, friend of the stream. Yes. Dude, the mopeds. Now that I have them in my hands in possession here, just reminds me when I held them at your place how nice those things are. Like, good God. And
What?
then the moped Joy-Cons.
Moped pads?
Yeah.
They're fucking nice.
They're so nice, man. They're so
what
worth
did you
it.
think of the other ones I sent?
I like those better, not because I think I like the ergonomics just ever so slightly better of the mopeds because they're smaller and they still feel great.
Point. They have that weird
The point's
point.
fine. For me, the point's fine, but I have not tried it yet. Like, actually tried it. But the other thing, but what I like about the SMXs that you sent me, those, for whatever reason, the moped, like, they're not in the right spot. Like, where I put my fingers to reach the R1, R2, L1, L2, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not quite in the right spot for my fingers. I was like, but the SMXs are. So, but they're both extremely nice. I was happily surprised. And then this fucking, I didn't know you sent me this. I was like, oh, I don't have that.
Yeah, I figured you
that
guys
on right now,
needed
but
one of those over there.
I showed Abby. I'm like, look at this. She goes, oh. I'm like, wait, well, hold on. Wait till I take it out of the box.
Hey, make sure you guys like the stream.
Yeah.
Please like it while you're here. Like
Please.
it. It'll help it go to more people. Please.
Indeed. Thank
Only
you so
takes a
much.
second.
Appreciate ya. Who's texting me? Leave me alone. Man. So yeah, all these
Hero.
goodies here.
Oh my God, Hero.
Is Hero here?
Look.
Yo, Hero, what's
Look.
up? There it's there. He's got it. He did it.
I did it.
Guys, Drip's got to have a new computer. It's in his hand. It fits in the palm of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's beefier than his 19-year-old piece of shit he's got kicking around under there with no fans.
It's beefier than that and my laptop put together.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's so
I
cool.
got the Mac Mini M4.
Dude, your Facebook, I wish I lived where you were at just for Facebook Marketplace. You
know what's crazy?
You sell
The dude who
and
sold
buy
it to
like
me?
everything on
The
your
dude who
Facebook
sold it
Marketplace.
to me is friends with my guitar player, one of my guitar players in my band, and my drummer.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm sure like he was happy to sell
He
to
was
you.
like,
Man.
"Oh man, you're in Castle too?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's crazy." Yeah.
That's awesome. It makes it better.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I was about to say something. Oh, hey, show me the computer again. Put it back on screen. I have a question for you. Now, looking at that computer, tell me one thing. Is that an Xbox?
Jeeb, I'll tell you what. It is an Xbox.
Yes.
There's an Xbox.
Love it. Can you put an Xbox Slicker on there? Yeah. Oh yeah, I played that sound too.
I'm just gonna put a big X on it.
Gamebox X.
Hang on. You were asking me about that, like, 3 hours ago. Yeah, I was.
I was on the phone with you in the shower.
Yeah. I called Jeeb about it, text Hero about it. Everyone was like, "Yes, oh my God, go do that right now. That's a great deal. Go get it."
They're great.
Okay, I'm going.
Mac Minis are a great deal.
Regardless.
Brand new at Apple. And your base model, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 storage, a little bit on the storage side, a little bit lackluster, but you can easily fix that with external stuff. And the RAM is especially for a Mac computer, it's totally fine. And in general, it's serviceable. So I mean, like for example, I have 32 on mine, and that I need pretty much 32 for everything that I do. And you do similar stuff to that I do, but I don't think 16 is going to hurt you at all. I mean, most of my RAM probably used up by fucking Windows and all these bloated programs. Mac is going to be able to have a lot of those programs be more streamlined and shit. So I think it's completely serviceable and is way beefier than what you got. So congrats.
Mega Boy's
awesome.
getting the M4 Pro. Yeah. I got a deal on this. I got
Super
way
good
too
deal.
good of a deal. I had to do it. Hero, I'm probably gonna be setting this up tomorrow. That's the thing. This Mac Mini is gonna take the place of not only my laptop that's basically plugged into these monitors now and is basically a desktop anyway. And it's also gonna take place of the PC. So I'm gonna put all the streaming stuff, all the podcast stuff, all that's going on this, plus all the editing stuff. So I got a lot of stuff to put on there, that's for sure. But this is gonna clean up. I mean, it's gonna make everything so much better. I got 2 keyboards, I got 2 mice. Like, it's a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, I got my nuts still.
I was asked about nuts. I'm not eating my nuts tonight, Joey, because I ate my nuts earlier, but also I had a bowl of Hamburger Helper that I crushed before Drip got on
what
here.
kind of Hamburger Helper?
The kind that Donna made. I don't know. It was. I don't know what it was. I just ate it.
Two best.
It was great.
The Stroganoff is amazing.
I think they buy Stroganoff, if I'm not mistaken.
And then the other one is the double cheeseburger Hamburger Helper.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm not a Hamburger Helper facade or whatever you call that. Facade? What do you call that? The word of like someone who's like a snoot. I'm not one of those guys, but I'll eat any Hamburger Helper. Like, they're all good to me.
They are good.
Even
I don't
like
care what anybody says.
even like homemade Hamburger Helper. Actually, fun fact: Abby and I made Hamburger Helper a couple weeks ago, and we were a little bit short. We needed 2 boxes, but we only had 1. But I had this great idea. What if we, instead of having 2 boxes of Hamburger Helper, what if we do the 1 box Hamburger Helper and another box of mac and cheese?
Oh.
I don't know why I did this.
I don't know why you did that either. That's
I was like putting condiments in the pan, but it turned out like this.
Why? Stop doing all the things you're doing with your hands, please. Stop.
So yeah, that was a great idea. I highly recommend anybody tries that out there. Of course, the beef
Cheeseburger
ratio,
macaroni's the best.
beef
Stroganoff
ratio,
and Italian shell. Oh man, Italian shells too. That's a good one. Sorry, go ahead.
The beef recipe is. I'm sorry. The beef amount, the amount of beef you want to use, like don't skimp on the beef. Make sure you put enough beef in it. But substituting the mac and cheese for one of those boxes,
Yeah, you
is
gotta have
brilliant.
the pound. It's
It's
1
brilliant.
pound.
Yeah, and
It's always 1 pound.
always season your food, even if your food, if you're making is prepackaged, comes with a packet. Always,
yeah, you
always
got to.
season anyway. Season your beef. Don't listen to the package. If it says just put beef in pan with heat, no, you put that shit in there with a kiss of cooking oil, a little seasoning of salt and pepper or to your taste, and then garlic.
you gotta
Garlic and
put
onion is
the
always a
four-
good idea.
Just put the 4 horsemen on anything. You're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, it's another good idea. If you
Salt,
have
pepper, garlic powder, onion powder.
if you have
on
a-
everything.
if
That's
you
all
have
you need.
a region seasoning favorite, or if you're like a Lowry's person, by all means, or if you're like from Maryland, you can do Old Bay, or if there's another regional seasoning that you guys like to use, season your food. Always season your meat. Drip.
All right,
Look at
Mega
me.
Boy.
Always season
Yeah.
your meat.
I'll once the podcast is over and stuff, I'll have my phone. I'll be in bed watching TV, but I'll be in the Discord. We can discuss the Mac Mini there. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff that's gonna be going on. Like this thing is gonna be well used. That's for sure. It's gonna be a workhorse. I hope it's ready.
PowerMed, they're our local Brit. While Alex is sleeping, PowerMed says, "Why do you call it Hamburger Helper if it doesn't have ham in it?"
Oh, Power
You're so
Man.
uncultured, PowerMed. Blech. Ugh. Disgust me. But yeah, no, for real though. It is kind of weird why we call it hamburger. I don't really know why we call it hamburger when it's beef burger. But,
Hero says he's getting a M4 Pro Mac Mini here in the next few months. How much are the Mac Mini Pros?
I'm sure just like a couple $100 scaled up, my guess.
Because
That's usually how
these
Apple
new
does
are
it.
$600 for the
Yeah.
base model.
There is a way to find out this.
Yeah, I know. I just have too much stuff in front of me.
I got you, homie.
Too much.
Mac Mini. This is the regular M4 Pro. You can only buy one Pro. There's only one preset of Pro, where there's like 3 of the regular ones.
Yeah.
So
what's
the
Pro?
regular ones are 600, 800, and 1,000,
Okay.
and it scales up in performance. The Pro is one model. It's beefy. It's a 12-core CPU, 16-core GPU, 24 gigs of RAM,
Holy shit.
512 gigabytes of SSD storage.
That's fucking okay. That's
That's
overkill.
For a Mac, maybe.
For a Mac,
For Windows, it's not. Like, I have 32 gigs.
No,
I have
for Windows,
multiple
yeah.
terabytes of storage, but like that's Windows.
yeah.
But here's the price. Not scaled up. It is scaled up, but too much. $1,000.
$2,000.
$1,000. No, not that much. It's still a great deal. $1,400.
It's $1,400.
$1,400
for the Pro.
For the Pro.
Okay, never
It's
mind.
wor-
That's
it's
not
worth-
overkill. That's fucking worth
If
the
you're an
price.
Apple person
Easy.
like you are, Drip, especially like
That's worth the price.
or
Easy.
Mega Boy,
Think about this.
worth it.
Think about what I like. Just think about what I paid for this 13-inch MacBook Pro with the Intel stuff.
Back
like
in the day,
old
yeah.
one.
Oh yeah, like $2,000. You could
Yeah,
spend
that
you,
thing was like
could've-
$2,000. What's it worth now? $100?
you could-
Maybe.
Well, I mean, but compared to a Windows laptop with the same age, it's not even close in value. It's way better for Mac. But here's the thing. I forgot what I was going to say. That's the thing. But
Once
it's a great.
once the M chip, M1, M2, once those chips came out, though, the ones anything before that just plummeted in value, which sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm pumped, man. I'm so pumped.
What's up, Ty? What's up, Phantom
dude.
Boy?
I'm so excited about this. What's up? Hey, yo, hey, dude, what's up? Dude, are you streaming tonight? If so, I'll set up a redirect right now, so don't forget. Let me know.
Oh, Dudes and Monsters here too. I didn't see that. Dude, what's up, dude?
Ty, so Nintendo made a big announcement providing a time. Yes, we now know
They
the
provided
time.
a time. We know the time for the thing that's 2 months away.
Well, at least we can plan for it.
Yeah, it's actually less than 2 months now officially, so that's awesome. I'm
Yeah,
super
that
happy
is
about
cool.
it.
Oh, also, I talked about this on the members only podcast the other night, which if you're not a member, you should become a member so you'd already know about this.
Links in the description.
But look what finally came in. Jeeb, you already know.
Yep.
The Super 5 OLED upgrade kit for the Switch Lite. Take a look at that real quick. I am going to be doing a video. Actually, I'm going to be doing a live stream at this desk.
We
That'll
will
probably
be.
be the first live stream on the
On the Mac Mini. Yes. Dude,
That'll be cool.
It's exciting.
So yeah, we're gonna live stream it. Obviously, I'm gonna make a video, but we don't have the. It's not gonna be dockable yet. I changed the kit because I didn't have the one with the dockable stuff ready, and I wanted to get it. But the one I had ordered was a black screen. But by changing it to this, I now have the gold version that matches the Switch I'm using, which is I'm really glad about that. I was okay with the black, but I'm really glad that I got this. I'm really excited about it. Yo,
thank you, Hero. Appreciate you, dude. Welcome back to the club.
That.
Getting in the club, dripping G fans in the club, getting tipsy.
New member.
Thank you so much, man. You can watch that VOD. That VOD is available on the channel.
Oh yeah, it is. All of them are.
All of them. Every member's podcast and other
and
things.
I did watch.
And there's things on there that are unreleased.
I did also watch the video. So all these extra cables and stuff in here are just extras of the stuff that's already attached in case something breaks.
I watched in his video. I don't think I mentioned that night, the other night, but yeah, everything has redundancy for you. So if you break something, which is awesome.
I'm gonna break something. There's absolutely no way I don't break something.
That's another thing. We were talking about how good of a value that thing is for like less than $80.
Dude, like $70 is what I got this for.
Like, and you get like replacement parts in the fucking box. Excuse me.
And like every
ribbon cables,
tool,
like things you're gonna break.
All the little things to put like everything. Yeah. It's such a good deal.
No, that dude is doing a good service.
Even if I completely fuck this up and don't even get it done right, like still a good deal. Great deal. I'm excited to do it though.
Let me go look at my computer real quick, Spartan. I actually have unreleased. We were gonna make T-shirts and stuff. We never did anything with it. I made some quick and dirty logos for like logos and shit.
While you're looking for that, I also have these to put in there too. These
sticks.
Hall effect sticks.
Nice.
And throw those in too.
Do I have?
Does anybody else have any I'm trying to make this like an actual Ultimate Switch Lite, not like an Austin Evans version Ultimate Switch Lite where he just throws a bunch of random shit at it and it's all garbage. I want to make like an actual beefed up Switch Lite. I can't think of anything else to put in it except for that dock thing.
You mean like
I don't
internal
know what
mods?
Else. Anything, just something to really actually make it like better.
Well, I'll put a Satisfy grip on it.
I already have one on there. Where's it at? Yeah.
The Satisfy grip?
Oh no, I don't put it. Not Satisfy. Skull & Co.
I don't hate Skull & Co. I love the guys, but Satisfy makes a better grip for me.
Listen, their Switch Lite version of this case is amazing.
Oh, it is. No doubt.
This is the one for the Switch Lite.
Disagree.
Now, I'll give you maybe for the big Switch, you like Satisfy more. It's whatever. That's fine. I get it. Nothing beats this for the Switch Lite, especially for the colors. Like, this is it, man.
I've said this on the pod before, and I stand by it. The most comfortable way to play a Switch game
is on a Switch Lite.
Is on a Switch Lite in handheld mode, obviously, with a Satisfy grip. It's light, it's ergonomic, it's wonderful. Love it.
Spray paint the Skull & Co. Handles gold. Yeah, I talked to them about that.
That's a great idea, actually.
I talked to them about the gold ones. They did try to make the gold ones, I was told, but all of the ones they got back, as like they're like tests or whatever. Yeah. None of that they could not get the color right, so they just gave up.
Maybe they should call Taki Uden. What's his name? Taki Uden.
I don't know.
Who did the screen for
the guy who did the screen?
They nailed the screen.
Yeah, the screen. I didn't even put them up beside each other, but they are like one for one.
Yeah,
they are identical colors, which is cool. I just hope I don't mess it up. I really hope I don't mess it up.
Well, if you mess it up or not, it doesn't matter, because even if you brick the thing, you have the story, you have the content from it. It'll be fun.
Which
either way, it'd be sad that you broke the special edition, but it'll just be something that we never let you live down.
I feel like I'm gonna do okay.
You broke your special edition Switch.
You know what I mean?
You're
like,
dumb.
I feel like I'm probably gonna be fine. Honestly, like you've seen me. I mean, you've seen me change Joy-Con shells and stuff like that. I've opened several Switch Lites.
Absolutely, dude. You are more capable than I am, and I
with Joy-Cons. I'm quick.
I feel I'm a capable person to a point. I believe you are better. So that's
Joy-Cons. I can take Joy-Cons apart and put them back together in, 20 minutes.
Yeah. If you break it, can I buy it? Maybe.
If you break it, can I buy it?
Hey, you should take.
Fucking.
I was gonna say you should take him up on that offer.
Yes.
Cedric.
You have to name the price now, though. No matter how bad it's broke, that's the price.
$200. $200 comes with the screen. Everything is a deal.
Yeah, I'll give you the whole package and the case that goes with it.
Actually, that's actually worse for Spartan. Spartan, give me $100.
$100, 150, 120, 122.
Cedric
needs to be signed. Absolutely.
Cedric has a good thing here. You should upgrade the speakers in your Switch Lite. They need to be louder.
Ooh, is that a thing?
Well, here's the thing, Drip. Speakers are speakers. So as long as there's no special cable, which I don't think there is in the Switch Lite, I think it's just
it's not a special
red
cable.
It's
they're
red
like
black.
In a special case.
Yeah, as long as it fits. It just has to fit, and as long as it fits, I believe you could change up the speaker.
$89.95. All right, yeah, Spartan, that's fine. If I break it, you can buy it for $89.95. That's fine.
I mean, Spartan, come on, man. He's got to feed G.
That's fine. No,
he's got to feed me. Come on. That's not even enough for a month of videos for old Uncle Jeep. I mean, come on.
It's not. Guys, raking me over the coals here. Come on, guys.
How about this? You guys pay my monthly salary from Drip.
Yeah. Editing fees for the month.
Editing fees for Jeep.
Which I gotta brainstorm and get you something tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you.
I don't know what to do a video on yet. I have a bunch of stuff. It's just trying to get everything. I don't know if you guys can see, but like everything back here.
Fuck you, Power Man.
Like it's all just shoved right here because that room is being worked on. I'm finally getting this downstairs completely. I'm so excited, man. Computers coming together. The back room's coming together. I got that wall. I put a picture of that wall in Discord last night. Did you see it?
Yes, it looked great. Looks great.
Dude, like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Looks so good. And everything fits up there. I got my closet back for my laundry room so I can like put dirty clothes in there instead of on the floor right here.
Yeah.
Like that's awesome. You want to get started?
I guess we can. I mean, I'm chilling here. Oh God, we're late as shit. Yeah, we should do that.
Let me check the little set list here. All right, investors meeting first.
Beer of the week, by the way. I'm drinking a La Croix.
Beer of the week. I have been. This is the last one, finally, of the six-pack. This is it.
Limoncello La Croix. This autofocus is awesome, actually. It's very good.
It's very good. Yeah, I noticed that when that camera was here. The autofocus is very good.
I don't like it.
Shock Drip pays you. Fuck you, Power Man.
I made him.
Yeah, I mean, he demands payment. I'll tell you.
You want
calls me and screams at me sometimes.
You want video? Like, you want video? You pay.
No, sometimes he calls me and just screams at me till I cry.
$9.95. Right now. You pay? You want? You pay.
He screams and he yells and
yeah.
I cry. It's whatever.
Spartan says I don't have taste buds. Are you serious right now? Are you telling me that you don't like sparkling flavored water?
Dude,
because
that stuff sucks. So bad. My grandma used to like that shit.
My grandma used to drink tonic water, like basic.
Just straight tonic water? Holy shit! Why?
And pun intended, she was the most bitter woman I've ever met.
Yeah, I wonder why. All that tonic water. Ooh, that's gross.
Oh yeah, I had tried it one time. I was like, "What the fuck? Why are you drinking this?"
But so bad.
Listen, are we serious? Is this like am I like a hipster or something? Like, is this unpopular? Like,
no, it's popular. Like, my 14-year-old drinks that stuff. It's like, that's gross.
Can I tell you what? So I'm a man, if you haven't noticed, who struggles with his weight, and a good way to reduce, calorie intake is to just cold turkey. Don't drink anything but water. But,
water tastes like shit.
Water tastes like shit if you drink it exclusively, which I know. I drink, listen, I got a whole thing of water. I'm drinking like 4 of these today. I drink a lot of water. But
go birds.
Go birds. But sometimes I want something other than water, but I don't want any calories. So, and I don't want the fake sweeteners and all that garbage you can put in your body.
That's fair.
These things have a little bit of flavor. They kick you in the mouth, but they don't give you any calories. And this is also, I enjoy them. But that's the main reason why I picked them up and not just like a soda or something else. But It's because there's no calories and it has a taste. It has
That's
a
fair.
taste, you know?
Let's start this podcast.
Thank you, hero. My grandma also drank vermouth for fun. Yes, our grandmother used to drink vermouth. Vermouth.
Jesus.
Grandma's
Grandma's a badass.
Oh. If only you could have met her. If she would have met you, let me just see how she would have thought about you. Skinny little boy. So she'd be like, why the fuck don't you eat? She'd try to shove food down your throat immediately.
down with that?
She'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with your hair? Be a man. Cut your hair. She'd be like, your
Fair.
facial
Wasn't me the
hair.
first time I heard it.
She'd yell at my facial hair too, but she'd look at yours and be like, what kind of tool are you? Get that shit off of you. And then she'd be like, your tattoos. She'd be like, get out of my house. So that's how she'd look at. That's how she'd
Nice.
feel about you.
So she'd love me, basically.
She'd shove a sandwich on your phone.
And tell me to get the
That's a tongue
fuck out.
twister. And to get the fuck out.
Take this sandwich and get the fuck out of my house.
Chase you out with a spoon. That's what she would have did. All right, let's
Beat me with a spatula.
let's start the show.
All right. Hang on.
Y'all ready for this? Okay, sorry. Let's roll the intro music, shall we? Welcome everyone. Oh, that's the wrong one. Shit, I made a mistake. I did it, guys. It's the first mistake I've made in a long time. Wow, I did it. Wow. We're going to have to do that again. We got to roll it back. Wow. Sorry, everybody. Let's do it again. Welcome everyone to the Drip and Jeep podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Jeep, and with me is a guy who did not just witness a mistake, Drip Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also, become a member of this podcast to get extra podcast content every single month. I said it fast enough before the intro music ended. Drip, how you doing this week, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I've got a huge mess behind me. Everything down here is trash, but
Trash.
by this time next week, my studio down here will finally, after all these years of moving it all back in here, it will finally be done. So I'm having a good week. I'm excited about that. Very
yeah,
excited.
dude.
How are you doing this week? How's your week going?
Dude, it's going fine. You know, last week was a bit of a bummer week for me, but this week I'm doing a little bit better. Your care package arrived.
Yes!
The care
Yes!
package arrived. And by the way, tonight's show, we're talking about the Switch 2 investors meeting, Mario Party Jamboree,
And the care package I sent to Jeeb.
and the February Direct. But yes.
Oh, yeah. And
But
that.
yes. The care package. Drip sent me a bunch of crap, and it's good crap. He sent me
It is good crap.
multiple pairs of Joy-Cons. He sent me a Steam Deck dock, which is awesome. I got it up here. You can't see it. He sent me a couple controllers. Here's one of them. I have them right here. This 8-Bit Do Ultimate C.
Look at the color on that, dude. Isn't that cool?
You know, I didn't think I'd like the brown. I thought I was going to be
It's-
like
dude.
beggars can't be choosers type of brown.
No, that's nice.
This is a good brown. Now, the camera makes it look a little green, especially because I'm wearing green behind it. There's no green in this. This is a very, like, brown.
It's very
It's chocolate.
I might
It's
be
chocolate.
Tom Nook-ish.
Yes. And, like, the back is really nice color, too. It's more...
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I need to change my little color settings on this camera because that's another thing you sent me. Is this camera?
Yeah, the camera. Yes, the camera is cool.
It's
yes.
it's an Ozbot webcam. It's still webcam, but it's 4K, which is great. It's on the gimbal and motor system, so it like moves all
Yeah, it
around.
looks- yeah,
I don't have
I
it
had
set
it
up
here.
right
It
now,
looks
but
good.
in the future, guys, I want to get my setup here so I can like stand, and you cannot see my belly. You're gonna see my face, but right now you just see my
Did
belly.
you
so I don't have it set up
did you
right now.
see the other controller? I don't know if you even wanted that one. The 8-Bit Do Pro 2, the blue one.
It's not next to me, but I would have shown it if I had it. Yes,
That one's. I like that one too. But
dude,
I
that's the first controller I bought for my Switch. Like legit controller. Like not like a Chinese knockoff controller. That was the first controller, the original 8-Bit Do
They wasn't even called the Pro.
No, it was
whatever
the
at that point. It was
SN30
the-
Pro, SN30
Plus.
Pro Plus.
Yeah.
Way too long
Now
a name.
8-bit do Pro 2 is the but they changed it into
Yeah.
It's a good controller. Do
Yeah.
you have the app? Download the app.
I haven't not played with anything
Oh,
really
dude,
yet besides camera.
that other one there works with the app too. The app is great.
That's awesome. I can't wait to try it out. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm sure those are going to work on the Switch too as well. This one I'm going to use for my computer setup, playing like Fortnite and all my other Steam games.
Yeah, I don't think that one works for Switch. That one's strictly for.
Does it?
I sent you that to
says
use with
Bluetooth.
your Steam Deck and your PC.
It says Bluetooth, but maybe it doesn't work with Switch. But that's perfectly fine because this works totally fine with
Yeah, well,
with
check
what I
the
want to use it
button
for.
layout. I think it's a button layout like
It's ABXY. Yeah, it's
Yeah. That
Nintendo.
one's made. Yeah. That's I almost kept that one.
Xbox.
Almost kept that one. I ended up keeping. There's another one they said that's like that, but it's like a blue instead of a brown.
Yeah.
I kept that one because it actually works with the Switch, and I don't play anything on PC, so
Yeah,
really no sense in me having that.
I got
figured you could
my
use it.
dongle plugged into the PC, and then I'll have my Bluetooth set up with the Steam Deck, so it'll be all working
Yeah, it's
well.
perfect.
Yeah, so that we're talking about stuff tonight. That's not the care package, although I could just gush even longer about all the things that you. Oh, you sent me this little guy too. He's. Oh, did I just press the button over there? I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
the Atom. He's so cute, guys.
How not cool is that? Like holding it in your hand, dude.
It's gone.
That
It
autofocus actually does work really good.
It's a controller, guys. Where's do I have a controller in my hand? Or are you just happy to see me? Whoop! There it is. Oh, yeah, autofocus. Whoop! There it is.
Yeah, the autofocus is really nice.
It broke. It's broken. It's broken.
Put your hand out a little bit.
It broke.
Hold it there.
Now
Now bring it
Nope,
back.
it's broke. It's broke as shit.
Oh,
Oh, there
that
it is.
was good.
Hey, welcome back. It's so good as it breaks. But no, it's my toys, man. Thank you for the toys. I appreciate it.
Dude,
It's
I'm sorry I didn't give them to you earlier.
My Christmas bonus that I received in February that I was gonna get in the summer.
I mean, I sent it out. I sent it out in July. I'm not sure what happened. Damn UPS, man. Damn UPS.
God damn you. But yeah, speaking of taking a long time, the Switch 2.
It is taking a long time.
I know
You know what
that
else is taking a long time, Jeeb?
What's that?
The Switch to die, because it won't die
It's not gonna die.
after 8 years.
It's not gonna die. It's gonna be supported for at least 2. I mean, the PS4 was supported had still supported 5 years
Actually,
after the
that's
PS5.
something. Once we go over some of this stuff, that is some stuff I want to talk about, because I am interested to see, especially with some stuff we learned about today in the investors meeting, about how long they're going to actually support the Switch and how they're going to support the Switch. I'm interested to see what they're going to do, because you're right, the Xbox, PlayStation stuff, but that was a different time.
5 years later, still supported. It's impressive.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a different time, and I feel like things were a little bit kind of muddy with all that. We'll get into that. But I mean, first thing, finally, Jeeb, we're seeing a decline in sales in the Nintendo Switch. They're down about 30%.
They are
From,
indeed.
What is it? Year over year, 30% they're down. In year 8, Jeeb, in year 8, they're only down 30% in year 8.
Yeah, so I pulled the chart up so people can see here. This is hardware. I gotta find the right chart. There it is. Is this the right chart? Yeah, this is the right chart, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Whatever.
can't see that.
The point is that, since 2018, this is the lowest it's been since 2018. It's still very high, as far as compared to the rest of the years. But yeah, it's a steep decline from last year, 2024. Not quite half. I would say I'm looking.
That's an interesting point,
It's like
too.
a 35-40% decline from last year.
I just saw PowerMad put in the chat.
Oh, this is software sales. But
Wait
that's what
until
we're talking about, right?
sales, but like, that's the thing about the Switch 2, or the Switch as well, not the Switch 2. They have not even put this thing on sale yet. Like, we haven't even
No.
got to the point where they're discounting the system. And we are already at, since we're just rolling through these numbers here, the Switch has officially sold 150 million units.
Can you play that?
Jeep.
Ba-da-da-da,
I can. I'll do it right
It's
now.
a monumental achievement.
150 million units, which means they're what? 12 million off from the PlayStation 2. They're gonna pass the DS. They're only like a couple million away from the DS. They're
Yeah.
gonna hit once they put this thing on sale. They're gonna get that 162 million.
You know, you say that. This is not today's episode. But you mentioned it, and I thought I saw this today, and I want to talk about this quickly.
Okay.
Not in our notes. It's about tariffs, guys. If you don't want to hear about tariffs, I'm sorry, but it's in relation to gaming here. And I think Nintendo actually made a statement about that, if I'm not mistaken.
They did. Yep, they did.
About the tariff, because it's real. I know we like to ignore politics in life. It's better if we do most of the time.
It's not in politics.
It's not politics. And I was going to say that.
Happening, yeah.
Right, it's happening, and it's just an unfortunate reality is that Switch and Nintendo acknowledge it. And then games and consoles and everything, the prices are gonna go up if what's gonna happen is gonna happen with tariffs. And that's something to note, because I'm not convinced if that's going to happen. I'm not convinced that the Switch 1 is going to go on sale. In fact, I almost feel like the Switch might just live the Switch might live exactly where it's at, even still. And the next system is going to be $400 minimum. And Nintendo said in their statement that they're experimenting with the idea, the possibility of multiple tiers of prices. So that tells me, like, let's just say in a world we have like the top tier Switch 2 model, which got all the bells and whistles, whatever Nintendo decides to do with it.
In a world,
$500. And then you get like another one that's like more reasonable for everyone else is going to buy.
Well,
the $400 tier. And then you still have the OLED at the 350 mark. You have the regular Switch at 300 and the Switch Lite at the 200 mark. And I see a world where that's definitely likely.
Well, okay. Maybe, but Nintendo did say this today. They did talk about pricing because they were asked directly about the pricing. They didn't really say what the price was going to be, but they did mention things like, about the last time we put out a system, the landscape was different. Exchange rates for currencies were different.
Right.
Inflation in general. I mean, it's going to be, but they also mentioned that, our customers expect us to be at a price range that is, it's going to kind of be, not astronomical. So I don't think we're looking at 500. I think by that, they're kind of not saying, but saying this thing's going to be $400.
So I was saying, I was highlighting the part of Nintendo, what they said was tiers, a tier pricing model. And I think there's no way in hell. Now, I think Mike Odyssey had mentioned on Twitter a few weeks back, we talked about it, that I think he thinks it's 350 or whoever it was on Twitter. Somebody said that 350 is what we're looking at. And that's too low. I think
there's no way.
If Nintendo's working on tiers pricing for the Switch 2, the base price, or only price, it's either or. Either it's the only price or the base price will be $400. I'm convinced of that. And if they do tiering, there might be one or two other models besides the base. It could definitely be $500, and they might provide a good excuse to pay that via little accessory.
Because
it could come with a Pro Controller. It could come with,
or it could just be the revision, the mid, the mid-generation refresh that was the OLED. Only it's not just an OLED. Maybe they shrink the manufacturing process, the little dies or whatever, to whatever nanometer to make it more efficient and faster, and then they can put something else in it and make it run better and have better battery life and all that shit. And that could be the Pro.
I wasn't thinking long term like that. I was thinking immediate, like day one.
Oh, I don't think immediately they're going to do anything but put out two colors of this thing. I think we're going to see it on probably in. I mean, if we don't see before, I would say in April we're going to see the other colorway of this thing. I think that'll be it. I think they're going to go basically what they did with the Switch. We'll get this. Then a couple years later, we're going to get the light version of it, and then we'll get a beefy version of it.
Yeah, I did not think about the is there music playing or something? Yeah, there's music playing. I hear music. I thought I heard music. Yeah.
It was on 1%. My bad.
It's all good. I'm glad I caught that. I'm like, I hear something. Anyway, so yeah, I was not considering the fact that maybe in the future is when they're talking about,
that's how it's
not immediately.
Go.
Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I think they're gonna. It worked. I don't think they're gonna stray too far from what worked. I think they'll learn from what they did in certain situations and try to maybe do certain things better. But I mean, the Switch Lite did pretty good. They didn't expect it to light the world on fire. It didn't, but it sold well.
Is that pun intended, Drip?
I don't know. Is it?
Did the Switch light the world on fire?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even catch that. No, I didn't even catch it when you said it. So
It was so
no,
smooth, man. It was so smooth.
It didn't, but I mean, neither did the OLED. But it kept everything going. You know what I mean? It kept console sales going. It kept people buying. And if you look at some of those things that they have, and you guys can see all this. Like, all this is online for you to go look at. If you're listening to this and you want to see the charts, all the stuff. I mean, you can see in some of those charts it shows, like, once the Switch Lite came out, lots were added. More people were still buying Switches, but that giant chunk on the top is just Switch Lites.
Yeah.
You know, kind of went down the next year, but then once the OLED came out, you just see that go up, up, up. And, you know, some of the others were going down, but it kept them making money. And I mean, that's what they're about at this point. And I want to talk about some of that a little bit later. I want to save that for a little later about really just their aggressive release schedule and what it's done for them, and I think what it's going to do for them. But speaking of some releases, some current releases, I do want to jump to one thing very quickly. One of your favorite games ever, Jeeb, Mario Party, did extremely well. It is the fastest selling Mario Party Jamboree. What was it at? 5.4 million? Coming up on 6 million?
5.6 million.
In 11 weeks? Yeah, the fastest selling Mario Party on the Switch, fastest selling Mario Party, I think ever. It's basically the best Mario Party, and just even more proof, even though you hate it, even more proof that we need another Mario Party in 6 months.
Maybe.
No, they're on a 3-year schedule with Mario parties. They're on a 3-year schedule. We'll get one. I bet we get one a little early in the Switch 2, maybe year 2. Maybe year 2, because they are doing well. Those things just print money, man. They print money.
There's this.
It's insane.
There's this preconceived notion that you have, and a lot of people in the community have. It might be just more of a joke to poke me, to annoy me.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
I do not hate Mario Party. I love Mario Party.
And if I seem a bit agitated, yes.
Presidential candidate 2028. Did you hear that? See that article today? I saw the article. Stephen A. is going to run for president, apparently. Like, oh, my God, get out of here.
Okay.
Moving on. The first thing I thought about was that soundbite. Is when I read that article. Anyway. Yes. No. But anyway, what was I just saying? I lost my train of thought.
You hate Mario Party.
I don't hate Mario Party. There's too many of them. For a fan of the game, there's no argument with 1 and 2 on the Switch. That is, Super, whatever their freaking names are. The first one and the second one.
Super Mario Party was the one with the Joy-Cons. I didn't like that one that much.
So like that game was flawed in so many ways, mainly because you couldn't use a controller, but also there was no online. Okay.
Oh, there was eventually.
Not proper online. The second game comes out, still no proper online, and then they put out a patch. Oh wait. No, it was the other way around. It was the other way around. In the first
game, they
put
the patch out for the first one 2 weeks before they announced the second one.
It's like literally within the same month, they patched the first game to have online, and then said a couple of days later, "Hey, for $60, we'll put another one out, and it has online baked in." And that game's great. I have both of the games. I have both of the games, but I drew a line in the sand, Drip. I drew a line.
You did.
And I am not breaking that. I will never.
You said you will not be at the Jamboree.
I will never go to the Jamboree.
G will not be
And it's
partying.
not because it's a bad game. I'm sure it's great. The community's been telling me how great it is, and I wish I could play with them. However, I refuse to buy that game. I just refuse. Mainly because I bought the first 2 games digitally. And if I could sell the physical cartridge to then justify the purchase, yeah, I would do that. But they're digital. I bought both those games digital. I am not buying a third Mario Party. It's not happening.
I haven't bought it yet, but we
on
did do
on the Switch
first
1 generation, of course. It's
we did do the first in a long time game night in my Discord, which for all of you guys that were there, thank you. That was fun.
It was fun.
We couldn't play Mario Party Jamboree because I don't have it. I didn't even buy it. I need to get it. I mean, these sales don't lie. I have to get it.
Join me in the boycott, Drip. Nintendo needs to know. They need to know.
I like to party. I like my Jesus to party too.
I like to party.
I think I'm gonna get it. I don't know. that was cool. That's a good thing. What else did we see? I don't have the numbers right in front of me. I meant to have those up. Another thing they talked about, which I think is very interesting, and I want to ask you, how in the hell is Nintendo going to do this? They were asked by one of their investors in the Q&A section today, or last night, or whenever the hell it was, about scalpers and how they are going to get around that problem, which we've seen every single console release. And what was that new GPU they just released? What was that?
The GTX 5090.
Yeah, that thing's getting scalped to hell and back right now. It's a problem. It's a huge problem. Now, Nintendo keeps saying, they have said this, I think this is the third or fourth time I've heard them say this, that they have a plan and that they are preparing, and they know how they're going to deal with the scalpers. Now, two questions. One, is this actually something they're going to do, or is this just them telling their investors that's what they're going to do, and they are just going to let it happen? Or is there some solution? If so, what is it?
I believe that it's honest, and let me tell you why. Not because I think Nintendo are good guys. Because Nintendo doesn't care. From a business perspective, Nintendo shouldn't care. The investors shouldn't care.
They should care too.
Let me finish, Drip. Neither I believe until you tell me a logical explanation of why I could. For now, I don't believe that neither of those parties should care about scalping, because all that does is drive up the demand, because then people like us who want to play the system really, really want to play the system. And that just creates that urge and demand that when they finally do get a restock, you get a bounce on it. If you miss out, you'll bounce on the next restock. As far as I'm concerned, the investors shouldn't care about scalpers, and neither should Nintendo, because they're getting their money anyway. There is a portion, though, this is probably where you're to go with this. There is a portion of Nintendo's like, we want to be able to control our prices. And this is
not even that.
And this is not the scalpers don't let Nintendo control the prices, because they buy it and resell it for a different price. That's more than what they thought.
That's a problem, but they have a bigger problem. And that actually is going to go into some of the stuff I want to talk about. I guess we can kind of go into that. We'll finish this before we do. But Nintendo has been so successful with the Switch for one main reason. I mean, one, the Switch is awesome and they did something cool. But two, they have had an aggressive release schedule. There for a while, it was like a Switch first-party game like every month for years. And if not, it was every other month. I mean, they were really putting games out like crazy.
Yep.
Very aggressive. That's what they need to do, because they need to sell software.
Mm-hmm.
There's a problem if these scalpers are buying up all the systems. That means they're not putting them in the hands of people who are going to buy software. They're putting in the hands of people who are going to put them in a closet and sell them for triple price. So right out of the gate, they want to make money. And they want to do it by selling software. They do it with the hardware, yes. But they want to make money by selling software. And if you got a ton of these things just sitting in some dude's closet, that's 10, 15 of those systems that aren't in someone's hand who can buy software. So that is the main reason that they would not want this to happen. Because, I think you can agree, the games are where they make the money. I know Nintendo they're always trying to make a little money off their system too. They're one of the few companies that do try to make money off their system. Yeah, the profit. But I feel like the big problem there,
and to be clear, Drip, but to be clear, just so people, if you're not aware out there, Sony and Xbox do not profit off their hardware. They lose money on every sale of a PS5
breaking
or an Xbox.
Breaking even is like a great
break even in best case scenario. But you might ask, that's ridiculous, and I would agree. But they make it up with software, more than enough. They profit more than enough with the software. Nintendo is just one of the companies who are sticklers, who are like, we are going to profit off our hardware as well as our software.
That's a lot of the reason.
And it still works for them. Doesn't hurt their business at all.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, but they have to be a little bit more innovative with old technology.
They're also scale of company. Sony, Microsoft's through the roof.
Yeah.
Nintendo is like, it's chilling down here.
They're still big, but they're not.
Exactly.
They're not Sony. They're not Microsoft.
So they have to profit off the systems, really.
Yeah, and it's different. Yeah, it's a different situation. They've always been but I think that's the reason why they want to do it. Now, the question is, how? What I mean, are they just stockpiling that many systems? Is that why this thing's been pushed back? That they're just gonna have that many?
To me, Drip, that is the only. There's two things they can do that would help the situation. Number one, and most and foremost, they have to stock this system. They have to be printing out these things like dollar bills.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, there's really no hope for scalpers. Scalpers will get to it because that's as long as there's not enough of the systems. Or just enough, scalpers will make up that difference. And to be clear, they're going to buy the systems either way. They're going to try to scalp them either way. The problem is they're going to fail.
Yeah.
Look at the
They're going to fail.
Look at the PS. Look at the PS5 Pro. Scalpers failed on that. Scalpers really failed on that because Sony, there was enough PS5s and demand wasn't pros, and demand wasn't that high to begin with because not a lot of people were going to shell out $700
or
$800 plus for all the extras. So the scalpers lost on PS5 on the PS5 Pro front, and then the next day they literally won because they put out the special edition ones that were limited, and then scalpers won and it didn't matter. So scalpers lost and won in the same fucking day, which really makes me angry. But it is what it is. And then you go. And I think I'm gonna remember what the other way was. I'm cloudy. I'm cloudy today.
I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. I want to see how they do it. I mean, I guess it's just that because they're gonna need. Listen, you know what? Okay, I don't remember the exact numbers. This is actually one thing I forgot. I wanted to bring, but I think one of the numbers. These analysts, not really video game people, just analysts, money people, are predicting that I believe, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll look after the show and make sure I'm right. But I believe one of the predictions was by 2028, as long as this thing comes out in the first half of this year, which I think it will be close, that they're predicting that that's 3 years, that this thing's going to sell 80 million units by then.
In 3 years? What did the Switch sell in 3 years?
Not that.
I didn't think so.
No, not that.
I
mean, I know we're at 100. We're at 150 now. But that's the thing. I think, and this goes into my whole thing, and I'm going to say this again. I've said this for what is it? Go ahead.
It's much more than I thought, and it's much closer than you might think. And this is just AI off a Google result from AI.
Yeah,
here.
I know it's not like a crazy amount more, but it's not 80.
No, it's not. This says over 70 million between 2017 and 2019. So, and that's three. That's 3 years.
So yeah, they're predicting this thing in 3 years to be outselling the Switch at that point. Which I've said for what? Is this week 3? I'm like,
said it,
this
man.
thing is going to outsell the first Switch. Now listen. Here is another big reason why, and I've said this a few times in this show, and I'm saying it a few times because I'm very, very interested in this because I didn't really think about it until I heard a lot of people talk about it today. But it's that aggressive release strategy with their games. So that's been keeping people interested in the Switch, which it stays relevant. People buy more because they see other people playing. That it's really just made itself its own little machine. But another thing it's done, and they talk to their investors about this. This is nuts.
Do you want to actually hold your thought? Do you want to back up that with some data that we see from this investors meeting?
I have it. I'm about to tell you.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay, in this fiscal year, so it was April to December. They have had 129 million active players. Out of 150 million Nintendo Switches out there, they have 129 million active players this year. And that's because they're releasing so much and they're keeping people interested, releasing games. There are so many of these people still playing their Switch right now. It's not like these, like the 3DS where it was like, lots of people put their 3DSs away. The Wii U's were gone.
those
you know what I mean?
They didn't have player base when they launched.
Their player base is still there.
I will say, I don't think you're playing your Switch at all for anything.
I actually, that's not true. I restarted Metroid Prime Remastered today.
There you go. I mean, and I have a backlog I should get to as well, but I plan on playing my backlog on the next system, so I'm just waiting for it.
I am too, but that one, is like it looks like amazing.
Oh yeah,
so it's like
easy.
Yeah.
It is easy.
Okay, so-
Mrs. G though, I encourage her to get Stardew Valley. I think I've mentioned this already on the show, but
yeah, she's been
she's been grinding through that game on the Switch, and with the new Moped Pink Joy-Cons, I showed it to her today, and she loves them. And I'm like,
they
and
are
I'm like,
great.
here,
They are really
I'm
great.
here. Don't take the tea from me. Use these pink Joy-Cons. You'll love them.
Yeah. So with all that, and again, I honestly, these are the reasons why. I've said a million other reasons why. I think Sony and Microsoft are kind of sitting on their hands right now as far as releases and games and keeping people playing their systems.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the Switch 2 is going to sell because you're going to be able to play all those games. Also, I heard this today. I'm not 100% sure, but Madden is going to be on the Switch 2.
Yeah,
Sounds like
I
that
didn't
was
see
something
that
that was
myself.
confirmed today. I'll again, something else that I'll have to look and make sure I'm not dead wrong about. But
And by the way, Madden is EA. And you were
yeah, I know.
And you were
That was a
talking
big
you were
question
talking
mark.
about
That's
EA last week.
Yes, that's a big question mark. I mean, that shows you right there. Like, you're going to be able to play all those games you can play on these other systems on this, plus you got Nintendo. Like, this thing is going to sell like crazy. But the one thing that I do have questions about is what we saw Xbox, Microsoft, and Sony with their PlayStation 4 and their Xbox, whatever that thing was, Xbox One, Xbox One S.
Yep.
With the way that they supported those for so long, even whenever the PlayStation 5 and the Series X and all that came out, a lot of the problem they have had, and I'm wondering if Nintendo has seen this and knows, like, okay, we're not doing that. A lot of the problem they've had with selling consoles is the games are on PS4. They're on Xbox, Xbox One. Like, you didn't need to go get a PlayStation 5 immediately. You didn't need to go get any of those systems immediately. Now, I know a lot of that was COVID, and a lot of the stuff that was happening with that, parts, there weren't systems to get, and that's why they decided to support both so hard.
And I have a reason why the Switch 2 will not suffer that same fate. While they might support the system for as long, if not longer, the PS4 Pro, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, there is a good reason why Nintendo might not suffer the same kind of fate, where their customer base of the Switch is going to go, there's no reason for me to buy a Switch 2. I'm very happy just playing the new releases on my old hardware. Number one, the performance. Now, that's not going to be for everyone. Most people are going to go, that's not a big deal for me. But there will be people, absolutely, that go, like you and I, are going to go, we're going to get the thing day one, or we're going to get the thing soon after, because we want to play these games better. Here's the other thing, though. Sony.
Well, before you jump to the other thing,
it's important though. I want to get off my chest.
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
Sony,
I was going to go off of that, but go ahead.
Sony and Microsoft, their consoles are just beefcakes. There's nothing special about their consoles.
Yes,
so
that's
the
what I was gonna say.
the PS5 and PS4, the PS5 and Xbox Series are just marginally better.
It's not
it's not
that
exact same
gigantic
things.
graphical leap
No.
that we're going to see from the Switch to the Switch 2. That's
not even
you're
that.
correct
Not
about
even that. Just in the simple terms of, like, PS4 users are happy because the PS5 is just a beefier PS4, but like marginally beefier, not anything significant.
I mean, it's significant enough you can see the difference, but
it's not like the Switch to the Switch 2 for sure.
It's not going to be like that. Yeah, that's going to be a gigantic difference.
But
it's going to be night and day.
But on top of that, the Nintendo has charm that the other two don't. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
May I remind you of this ridiculous controller they released for their Nintendo 64?
Which I still argue is one of the best controllers ever made.
And that's just one example of many of why Nintendo just has this charm and this spectacular way of mesmerizing their fans and making it fun every generation. The Switch 2 is, we don't know everything about it yet, but we know enough to know that it's going to have something. That C button does something. It does something. We don't know what it does yet. I'm going to roll with the crowd here and go, it's a Miiverse type of situation. Hopefully, maybe even like Street Pass. It's going to be fun. And whatever it's going to be is going to be another reason why Switch users want to upgrade over the original Switch. And another reason why they're not going to just want to buy their. I think it's safe to say that, like,
How long? That's the question.
How long what?
How long? How long will they support the Switch going forward into the Switch 2's life, do you think? Now, we know, we can kind of go on to this, too. We know Pokemon ZA, Metroid Prime 4, those have been confirmed to be Switch games. So we know those will either be on just the Switch or have a version for the Switch 2 as well, or just playable on this. We don't know how that's going to work yet. But those are Switch games. Those have already been guaranteed for Switch users. We know those. How much are we going to get after that?
What do you think? I want to hear what you think.
I don't think they're going to go. I don't think they're going to follow what Microsoft and Sony did.
And
I
not
don't think they're going to follow
and
at
not
all.
by choice, right? If we're on the same page.
I think they're going to do it because they watched what happened to them and watched their console sales. I just think they've seen it happen to them, and they can say, "Well, we're not going to do that. They're going to do it just like they did last time. It'll be those few games. What was it? I think with the Wii U, it was one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was just Breath of the Wild. I don't even know if the Pokemon game is going to get an actual Switch 2 version. I would imagine that Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to get an upgraded version. You could buy either the Switch version with the regular cartridge or the Switch 2 version that's beefed up on the different cartridge that will, I don't think they're going to go much further. I don't think they're going to say, "Oh yeah, here's Mario Kart 9, but go ahead and buy it on the old." I don't think they're going to do that. I think they know they've got a gigantic system seller in Mario Kart. We know because guess what? That also sold like 5 million more copies over the past 3 months.
Yeah, casually. Yeah.
Casually, yeah, still
This
selling
12,
games.
13-year-old game.
And look what they're doing. Look at the one game that they've shown. Probably going to be the launch game. Now, you think they're going to try to they're going to use this as a system seller, but also say, buy it on the old system. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about this new thing. Just buy it on the old one.
I have to admit, I honestly thought I did, but I really hadn't considered the idea that maybe they just don't put out Switch 2 games on Switch. In my mind, Metroid Prime Beyond and ZA
those will be Switch games, yes.
In my mind, those games were absolutely dual release games. That's how, in my mind, that's how it's been up until this moment. They definitely been dual release games, and it's not a question of if, it's just a question of how many games after that will be dual release. And I had not considered the idea that maybe they won't do that at all. Because backwards compatibility is a thing which is awesome for Switch 2 users.
Yeah, it is.
But for Switch users, what if they do just kind of leave them high and dry? As far as
I don't think they're going to leave them high and dry.
If you're not planning upgrading to Switch 2, you can't play the new games. I didn't really think about that. Well, in my mind, it's either a few years or no years. It's either like to me it's like they'll do it for 3 years, maybe even 5, limitedly, and
limited with little projects that don't not the AAA first party Zeldas, Marios.
We'll go 3 years limited, or none of them.
Or they just don't. It's just like one game, 2 games at the beginning, and that's
exactly.
I think that's how it's going to end up being.
And Metroid Prime 4, I'm still on the train that those 2 games will be dual releases. Because Prime has been...
The Pokemon one, I'm not sure, man.
I think it has to. Just like Prime does. Because Prime more so, because Prime they announced for Switch. So it's definitely a Switch game. No doubt. For your current Nintendo Switch, it's going to play. You're going to be able to play Metroid Prime 4, no doubt. Now, ZA's a different story because that's not quite the same situation. This one it was announced in the Switch era, so yes, it is going to be a Switch game, but I was convinced, for whatever reason, that it was also going to be a Switch 2 game. Mainly because it's releasing during the same release year as the Switch. Why would Nintendo/Pokemon Company release a top-tier Switch game during the year, if not during the exact time the Switch 2 is out, but not on the Switch 2? It just doesn't make sense to me, Drip. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'll tell you why. It's for the exact same reason that we're going to have a February Nintendo Direct next week. So they can tell us more about what's coming to the first Switch, because they're not done. We did not get that announcement this week, though. Unfortunately, I said the other night during the members podcast. If you're not a member, become a member.
Please
click
do.
the button.
Link in the
Get
description.
extra content. I did say, oh, it's happening. They'll announce it tomorrow. They didn't. I wasn't. You know, my sources.
I never
didn't
took
really
you.
tell
I
me
never
that.
took you seriously.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I had no idea. I haven't heard from my sources. No, you know, I am a leaker. I'm a big leaker, leaky.
Now there's a pot under your chair right now to catch those leaks.
I mean, dude, I have to put a tarp down, just leaking everywhere. So, I want to talk about that a little bit. Didn't come this week. There were some people out here saying, "Yeah, it's gonna be this week," but it's the same people over and over. Oh no, it's next week. It's next week. I know your opinion on this. I think we have different opinions. I do think there is going to be a direct in February for Switch 1 games, because I think that's how we're going to see. Just to finish off what we were just talking about, I think that is going to be the last bit of releases for Switch 1 as we see those come out over this year and maybe just a tiny bit over into the next year. But I think whatever we see coming here, that's going to be basically what's left coming to Switch 1.
Now, I ask you this question. I'll ask you live right now on the podcast. If that's the case, if they are planning to announce a Nintendo Switch 1 Direct in the month of February, or even March, I'll give you March too. If they were going to do that, then what motivates them today to put out this tweet to say the date we already known about April 2nd for the Switch 2 and give it a timestamp? And as if to say, this is the next thing to look forward to. Here it is. We're telling you today. This is the next thing to look forward to. Why would they do that?
I have no idea. Why does Nintendo do anything they do? They do a lot of weird things. But honestly, for me, I don't think one thing has anything to do with the other. I think that they were just like, we're gonna say that because now we know exactly what time it's gonna be. We have that plan. We'll go ahead and
You
put that
understand
out
this
there.
is Nintendo.
And it could have been something that was asked.
Yeah.
It could have been something that was asked by somebody in the investors meeting. It could have been asked there, and they were like, we'll have that information at this time. Or what I told them that they were going to have the information. They were like, okay, here's when it's out. Now we put that out. That does not mean that they can't wait till next week and say, Switch Direct tomorrow. Last bit of software for the Switch to keep the hype up. Because again, as I've been saying this entire episode tonight, aggressive release schedule. I don't think they're going to let up now. Why let up now when you're this close to the finish line?
They've already let
Why
up.
let off the gas?
What are you talking about?
Not in their release schedule. Maybe in the quality of the releases.
They just put out a game. And
Yeah.
if they don't put out another game for
That's what. No. I'm
3
saying
months,
they are going to keep putting out games.
they haven't been. This past
Yes,
year,
they just did.
2024, how many games came out? First party AAA titles.
5.
That's at best once a month. Excuse me. At best, at once every other month.
Yeah, that's still pretty damn good. How many games did Microsoft put
I'm
out
not
last
saying.
year?
Good point. I'm not saying that as a negative.
How many games did Sony put out last year?
I'm not saying that as a negative. I'm saying that as a simple fact.
Yeah.
And this year, you
Yeah.
understand that if they don't put out a game from now, which they just put a game out, so
and they got another one scheduled already for March.
So explain to me how many more games they need to put out for the Switch Switch 1
For
right
the
now.
Switch 1.
Because
they
that's
need to put out...
Hold on, Drip, as rhetorical. Because they don't. Because they have the game from January, from Donkey Kong just came out. And they have the game skipping February. They have the game for March. Following that every other trend.
None.
April,
I have-
new games to look forward to. We're going to tell you about games. And they're going to tell us about games in April.
I have information, though, from the investors meeting. They were asked about Switch 1 and how long they would support it. And they said that they would support Switch 1 as long as they could, as long as there was a demand for it. Right now, we don't have a Switch 2, so there is demand for the Switch 1. There's at least 2 games that have to be at a Direct. I need a Direct because I need 2 games.
What are
I
you
need
missing?
2 games.
Okay, pause. What are you missing here? The ZA and beyond are coming to the Switch. We know that. Switch
Right.
1.
I need
So-
2 other games.
so-
I need 2 other games.
What I'm saying is they're you're acting like you're acting like that they're skipping by not having a February Direct for Switch 1, that they're missing months and titles for the Switch 1. Before you jump at me, let me just remind you that in all of 2024 they released, you said 5? I'm assuming you're accurate on that?
I don't know.
Let's
if
just give them
100%
6.
accurate.
Let's give them 6 and say it was every other month. January 2025, skipping February. March 2025, skipping April. May, June, July, August, somewhere in there, we're going to have Pokemon ZA. We're going to have Beyond for the Switch 1. And that's all that's guaranteed. And that is
You think
literally
those games are coming out that soon?
ZA, yes.
I don't think ZA's coming out till like October.
ZA is coming out this year. And
Yeah,
Beyond,
it's gonna be late though. It's
Beyond,
a Pokemon game. It's gonna be a holiday game.
I feel Beyond is a summer game, along with the Switch 2. Like I said, I think it's a dual release game, and I think Beyond is definitely
That I'll give you.
We're
That's
playing
possible.
Beyond in 5 months. I'll tell you that right now.
Maybe.
In 5 months,
I
we're
think
playing
that's
Beyond.
more possible than the Pokemon thing. I think the
And
Pokemon
that
thing's definitely
tracks.
later in the year.
Maybe there's one other game we don't know about that they'll
No,
release.
there's 2. There's 2. Damn it. There's 2.
Okay, I'll get before you tell me them. I'll give it to you, but I just want to make my point here.
You know what they are. I don't need to tell you. You know what they are, and they're coming.
Oh, you've lost me again. But I will tell you that I don't know why you think that they're skipping anything for Switch 1. As they're not letting their foot off the gas as far as 2024 standards. They're right on par in 2025 for Switch 1, as long as they do exactly what we assume they're going to do here. There's no need for a February Direct to add more to that. Why would they do that? There's Switch 2's coming out. Let's focus on that, baby.
Because they're gonna-
Hold on. Nintendo has already decided the Switch 2 is our focus. And that is that.
I agree. They have, but I don't think they're letting off the gas for the Switch yet. I think we're still getting a
They're
Direct.
not. And that's my point. You're missing that point. My point is, if they do exactly what we say here, they're not laying their foot off the gas to Switch 1. They're not doing
They
that.
are.
There's
You're talking
plenty.
about 2 games. And I'm telling you, Prime, I'll give you. That is going to come out probably around when the Switch 2 comes out. I will give you that. That is very possible. Pokemon's not coming out.
What's the
till
March
at
game?
least
What's the March game that you said coming out this year?
Xenoblade Chronicles.
That's huge. That's a huge game. Yes, that's a huge game.
I know. I'm saying that's a big one. That's a big one. Pokemon's not coming till the end of the year. So even if we get one game after March, we're still not gonna have another one till like the end of the year.
You're forgetting about like online games they could drop. They could drop more Switch Online stuff to hold people
When are they
over.
gonna do that?
May?
Maybe in a Direct.
It's not. It might happen. It might. I'm not denying the February Direct altogether, but there is no need for it. It would be extra. This is not
Yeah.
a situation where Nintendo's taking their foot off the gas. Nintendo, give us a Direct for the Switch 1 before you lose traction. Number one,
I
they've
don't
already
think they're going to lose traction. They can coast at this point if they want to. I just don't think they're going to.
Number one, they've already lost the traction. 30%. They've lost that. They're losing
I mean,
sales.
after 8 years, yeah, I guess you could say they've lost traction. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's completely fair to say
and they're
that
down 30% from last. Yeah, I mean,
that's completely fair to say is they lost some traction. If
They
you were
have,
driving
a
down the
little bit.
road and you lost 30% of 100% of your traction, you'd be feeling a little wiggly.
I mean,
okay?
after 8 years, though, you've made it a pretty long
You've
way.
been driving on that road for 8 years. You've been going at like 95%, but you know what? Some rain just started happening, and now you're like at 75, 70%, and it's getting a little wiggly on the roads. That's okay, though. It's normal
It's
for
okay.
it to rain.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
It's normal. Don't be fooled, everyone. Drip might be fooled, but I'm not. There's no need for a February Direct. There's no need for it.
I think it's happening. It's
Just like
probably
you think your stupid Zelda games are coming, which they're not.
They are in this next Direct next week.
And then we've done this already. What's the next date you'll come up with that's a lie? For if they don't happen next week.
They will be
A summer release, right?
Summer games for the Switch 2.
And then when summer comes and goes and the date will
They
come out,
will
then when
be
after that?
February Direct
2026?
announcements or September Direct announcements, whichever one they decide they need to be. It's gonna be great. Wind Waker, baby, can't wait. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
Be great.
wonderful.
That's all I got, Drip. Do you have anything else before we sign off for the people? On the audio side of things, that is.
I think that's it. Good show.
Cool.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody.
We're going to hang out in the outro for a few minutes. And for the rest of you guys listening on audio platforms or watching the YouTube VOD or video, thanks for watching so much. Hopefully there is a Direct because I'm down for it. You kidding me? For more content?
Next week.
We'll stream it. We'll make content around it. It'll be great. Not that I don't want it. It's that I don't think it's going to happen, and that mainly I don't think it needs to happen. We'll find out. We'll talk
You're
to you
a
guys.
naysayer. It's happening.
I say nay. I don't know what that was. We'll catch you guys next week.
Later.
It's the after show, everybody. It's the after show, everybody. Play the music, Drip. Welcome to the after show. I'm your host, Uncle Goose. And this is Guy Drip. What's up?
What's up?
You know, when I go to that one girl streams, when I go into her streams, she calls me Uncle Goose. And
Goose.
because when I play Fortnite with her and Inky on their streams, I don't know why it happened, but suddenly we just started doing goose noises, and now that's I'm Uncle Goose. Yeah. Hi everybody. We have God damn it. We have fun on the Twitch streams. You guys should hang out and come sometime.
Diddy Kong Racing as well. Yes, Diddy Kong Racing as well. Oh, that would be a fun thing to talk about. Franchise revivals.
Well, Drew, I mean,
on the Switch too.
Was that something for tonight, or is that? I have that in our notes here. Like
Hashtag feed the geese.
feed the geese. Yes.
That's good.
But that's an episode. We need to talk about the future of Nintendo franchises. We're gonna get to that pretty soon here, I think.
Yeah.
And that'll
we've had a lot of stuff going on. It's crazy. We had nothing for weeks, and then all of a sudden it's just like, the past 4 or 5 weeks have just been wild. So much fun.
I'm writing this down so I don't forget.
Love it. How's everybody doing? We're gonna do a quick after show here. If there's any questions or anything you guys wanted to say that we missed, type it back in the chat now, and we'll talk to you.
Indeed. If we missed anything from the live stream because we were recording a podcast, a little busy, let us know. Ask us now. I'm having an allergic thing.
You're having an allergic thing.
I'm going to use a little bit of this cortisone that I need to replace because there's nothing left in it. Squeeze it out. Let's get it in 4K, bitches. Oh, it went back in.
I would love a revival for Diddy Kong Racing and Earthbound.
Earthbound. We were just who was that? DePitzy? We were just talking about that in the members podcast. He started playing. So somebody from members started playing Earthbound on the Switch Online. You just missed that.
HD Twilight Princess HD
Eric,
this year.
Eric, you just missed our conversation about that. We're now in the after show. You just missed it. Make sure to check the show out on the audio platforms or YouTube. It'll be uploaded tomorrow. But yeah, it's never, dude. Eric, it's never happening. It's never happening. They're not. Drip thinks it is. I don't think so because it would have happened already. It would have happened. Earthbound so far. Yes, Joey Pitts. Yes, RPG. Yep. My phone just blew up. What's going on? Nothing.
Hang on a second.
I'm hanging, Drip. I'm hanging. Chat, are you hanging? Jeep is wrong. Here, I'm not wrong. Johnny, Joey Pitts, I'm not wrong. You guys think I'm wrong about that? I'm not. I'm not.
Hold on.
If you're losing traction on the road, Nintendo is currently doing. Let me put this on screen for you guys. Like Nintendo is currently doing, you take action to keep the car on the road. What exactly? Here, while you're driving and you lose traction.
Yeah, you gotta turn it back on the road. Hit the brakes.
I'm not saying you spun off the road and crashed. I'm saying, or like you're about to. I'm saying it felt a little wobbly. What exactly do you do about that? You hope and pray the car doesn't crash, or you pull over.
God.
Which Nintendo is pulling over for the Switch 2.
No, they don't. You hammer the gas.
For
You
the
just
Switch
drive
2.
through it.
They're pulling over for the
Sometimes
Switch 2.
the best thing to do when you're in a full skid is just hit the gas. You know.
No.
Sometimes.
No.
Zelda 2 Remake on the Switch 2. Shut your mouth, Hero. Leave.
Hero, drive with me here. I'm the best driver you'll ever be driven by.
It's not true.
You've never driven. You've never actually one time. You drove
Yeah,
with
there's
me.
a reason for
Remember, at your concert. After your concert, I drove you guys home.
Oh, yeah.
And we sat behind that motherfucking road work on that
The Jeep
two-way.
taxi. Yes, the Jeep
The
taxi.
Jeep taxi, dude. That was the worst, man. We sat there for like 25 minutes.
We did, yeah.
Oh my god.
Every time I go through there now, I remember that.
Yeah, it was terrible. I didn't think about that. It was awful. It was like 1 a.m. Thank you, Full Metal. I hope you said fine in like an exquisite way, not like he's a fine driver. I'm a great driver. I'm a great driver. Ask Mrs. Jeep. I chauffeur Mrs. Jeep all the time. I'm a great driver. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, whatever. You did a great job that night. You did. I'll give you that.
Thank you. And it was like five.
Point
There's literally
is, Drip
five
is
of me in my
right,
car.
Jeep is wrong.
I'm used to that. You know, it's fine. And can I just say live for the air for the people to hear too? You were on it tonight. My job. I had no job tonight. I was just hanging out. You went through every segue. You went through every segment.
I don't know how.
We hit every point. I didn't do a damn thing. You just like.
I don't know how or why.
It was great. I was so proud of you. I'm like, I've seen you come so far.
Yeah, I mean, God, yeah.
You saw me come so far, and now we've gone full circle, and now you've come so far.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of it was just because I knew other points that I wanted to bring up, but then as we got into them, they just segued so well into this stuff we were talking about. I just figured I'd do it.
Like, guys, we had like 4 like segments. You wouldn't know the way that Drip segued it all. It was perfect. It's perfect. Hit them all.
It was a good show.
And I was fuzzy as fuck tonight, so thank you. I don't know why I'm so
and
fuzzy.
like I told you, I will be honest for everyone still here hanging out. I was very late to podcast prep tonight because I had to drive
you
back
were that much later than you normally were.
Well, I planned to be in a lot earlier, but I had to drive back to PA for the second time. I actually went all the way to Pittsburgh today.
Oh, did you?
My lady friend was getting a tattoo, and she wanted me to come hang out. And I was like, yeah, I'll come hang out. So I did for a while, and then I came back down, and then I had to go back to PA, just to Uniontown this time, then not all the way to Pittsburgh to get the computer, which is
that's so cool. That's so cool, man.
So excited, dude! What a deal! Can't believe it. So, twice, but I was late getting back because he was late getting there.
Yeah.
So, but I already knew. Because that's the thing. I was driving so much today. I was just getting information fed to me about listening to what happened at the investors meeting, what happened here, there. I'm like, okay, yeah, this,
Look
that.
at you,
that's
man. Look
that's
at you.
That's interesting. So I just used my time in the car to prep. I was ready. That's what I meant to tell you. Like when I text you on my way back, like I already have shit. We're good.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
That's normally like my lunch times every day. It's like when I'm eating my lunch, I'll just toss on YouTube. I mean, that's what I normally do anyway, but now I've turned it into like podcast research time too. Just so it's like I'm actually like being productive while eating lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah, tonight was a good show. We had a good topic. I used to not really like the shows where we talked about investors meetings, but I feel like the investors meetings are kind of getting juicy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's lots of stuff to talk about, and I do feel a little bit like it's just kind of like a let's praise Nintendo episode. But I mean, it is pretty fucking impressive what they're doing right now. Like it's pretty impressive.
Listen, you all know I'm a Sony pony, okay?
I mean,
it's well known out there.
I need a horse neigh. I need a sound effect for my board. So every time we say Sony pony, I can do that.
Here, let's look this up live. Horse sound effects.
Need a horse neigh.
Hey, you won't be able to hear them, but I will. That's not terrible. That's classic. Well, that's the same thing, just higher bit rate. Beautiful.
Oh, hold on. Whoa, Coco Baby says, I think Drip is wrong. No way the Switch 2 outsells the Switch 1. Just like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Fancy new thing without... I think it's going to be a different story here. I see where you're coming from, and I totally agree with your logic, but I just think right now, and the way this is set up and the way that things are going and what the Switch 2 is actually going to do and what it's going to give to people and what they wanted from, I mean, I don't see this doing anything but selling like crazy. You know what? I'll give you this. It may not outsell the Nintendo Switch because of one main reason. It may not be their main console for 8 years. I mean, if we get a mid-generation refresh and we get like a Switch 2 Pro that is like a next level step up with some new stuff that can keep it going for that long, I think it will outsell the Switch. But if it doesn't do that, if we don't get the full 8 years, I mean, it's going to be difficult. But I mean, you know, you're talking 3 years, they're predicting, which that could be totally wrong. But I mean, 80 million in 3 years, that's absolutely insane. That's the predictions right now. It's crazy.
I'm making you a sound effect live right now.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank
that's
you.
way too loud. You'll have it in a few seconds. Hold on.
Oh my God, I could hear that. Was that coming out of your headphones?
Yeah, it was way too loud.
Holy shit.
It's
We
released.
already talking about the Switch 2 Pro? You're damn right we are.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about that too. When is a Nintendo Switch actually gonna ship with a real controller? Are we ever gonna see that day?
Ooh, that's another podcast probably. Okay, I'm going to
I feel
export
like that's
this.
an interesting, like it's never had a real controller.
Export.
Are you sending me?
I'm sending you something, yeah.
I'm pulling it up now so I can get it ready to go.
Dun, dun, dun. You'll have it ready to put in your little soundboard in a few moments
Sound
here.
clips 2024.
Yeah, it's where it's gonna go. It's gonna go in Starred. It's gonna go.
What's it called?
Drip Horse. It's not there yet. Hold on. Sound Clips 2024.
Drip Horse.
Drip Horse.
That's a hell of a.
And it's
thing.
there. It's there.
All right, we're gonna set it up live. You guys ready for this? You ever seen me set up a sound before?
They've already heard it, but you haven't heard it yet.
All right, I'm getting a spot ready for it. Hang on. Hold, please.
We're holding. This is perfect holding music, in fact.
Play audio.
And by the way, guys, if you've not liked the stream already, please do so. We're really close to 25 likes. It'd be awesome to have 25 likes before
it would be.
the end of the live stream. So thank you very much for liking the stream and being
There it
here.
is. We will download this.
You probably need to reduce the volume a little bit on your end, but probably it should be about right. And you're gonna have this sound effect to use for any time. What do you want to use it for exactly? Sony Pony?
When you call yourself a Sony Pony.
I'm a Sony Pony. What can I say?
Hang on.
I love
Don't
it, man.
say it yet.
And I'm super
Stop
happy,
saying it.
dude. I'm super happy you gave me the controllers that you gave me today, because we also need that colorful one you gave me a while ago, the flamingo one.
Oh yeah,
The drift is out of control. It needs a replacement.
I told you.
Well,
They said it
it's
was
been-
like something to do with like recalibrating. I was like, I don't
No,
think
I've
so.
tried it a million times. It's been fine up until now, but now, dude, it goes from like 0 to like 100% maxed out in It goes like I watch it in the software. Like it freaks. It's broken. The stick's broken. So I need a new PlayStation controller. But now I can take the PlayStation controller I've been using at my desk here for the PS5, and now you've given me this one, so I can use this guy at my computer. So I don't need to buy a new controller. So very appreciative.
There you are.
Sony,
Alrighty.
Sony Pony, baby. I'm a Sony Pony. Get on that horse, y'all. Sony Pony.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Sony ponies.
Yeehaw.
All of them sound the same, but that one sounds a little bit different, so I like that one.
I love that
That's on YouTube. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. volume
Great
there.
horse.
The Sony Pony, everybody. Hop on the train. It's a Sony Pony.
Sony pony.
Get a Sony Pony hoagie.
Well, listen. We got a minute left of this song, so I think it's time to sign off. But listen, everybody in the chat right now, make sure you stay here. Stay here. I have a redirect set up, so as soon as we're done here, we're taking you guys over to Dude's a Monster stream. I don't know what he's playing. I would imagine it's something Call of Duty. But go over there.
Go Birds!
Say hello.
Next time
Say hello.
Next time I talk to you guys, the Birds will be 2-time
Next
Super
time
Bowl
we talk to you, we'll be
champions.
Super Bowl champs.
Wait,
Woo!
wait. This will get it demonetized, but I don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. We'll lose all $1 that we'll make on this ad revenue. You ready for this, Drip? Turn that music off. Actually, make it really low, so that way maybe it won't be dinged.
It's already gone. It's going.
Okay.
You were at 3 seconds anyway.
Don't take this video down. I really don't want to be demonetized. Fly, Eagles, fly for a touchdown. 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low,
Birds!
hit 'em high, and watch how Eagles fly. Don't take this video down. No, don't take the video down. I'm singing it's transformative. EAGLES, Eagle. Okay, bye.
Bye.